What is up, friends? Happy days. It is time for some FACEIT League. We've got in a expert division playoffs going on now. We concluded Master Division over the weekend. We crowned a champion. There was celebrations. There were tears. There was some confusion. It was a lot of fun. A couple of banger matches from, both regions. We crowned a couple of champions, as a matter of fact. Master is now done. That one's in the books. We do still have every other division still waiting in front of me. Open, Advanced, and Expert, all still with playoffs left to play, champions left to be crowned, victories left to celebrate, and teams left to promote and relegate. So even though we don't have an OWCS Stage 4, you could lose your spot in Master Division going into Season 7. That's still very possible. There is still move-up downs from Open Division up through moving into Master Division, up to Expert into Master. We are down to top 4 in EMEA, so we have determined which 4 teams will get a shot at promotion relegation at the very least. Now, if they make it into Grand Finals, you're guaranteed a spot in Master Division for Season 7. Always very exciting, always a lot of high stakes, and the opportunity to move up a division, finally graduate out of division, is enormous for these teams. And it would mean a lot, clearly, for them to be able to fight their way through and earn a spot in Master Division for Season 7. What a way to conclude 2025 for these teams. Then you get promoted. And it has been one hell of a bracket. Let's take a look at that bracket. What an opener. We've only had 2 rounds of play so far. Here in Expert Division. It has been incredibly close. Look at this upper bracket quarterfinals. This is wild. I don't think I've quite ever seen competition this close in an upper bracket quarters. You play 19 out of the possible 20 maps there through all 4 of those series. We've had 6 map 5s already. Just in 2 rounds of play. Incredibly close and hard to predict bracket here from Expert Division. The 2 teams that we see here today, very, very top of the standings coming out of regular season. We are in top 12. We have had to say goodbye to 4 teams, but we've had surprises pop up, like Carter Garden, like Crimsons. Carter Garden was a team that completely flew under my radar at the start of the season. Valiant, what an incredible surprise story both of my Varsity squads have been, For Valiant to be 1 win away from promotion relegation matches and an opportunity to move up into Master Division for Season 7, incredible. Insane story. What an insane story. And, hey, these 2 teams we're looking at tonight, Jurassic's got their eye on Valiant. Valiant sent this team down to the lower bracket. An insane round 1 upset. This is a 16th seed, sending your number 1 seed into the lower bracket. That's the reason I bring this up. It's not totally out of the blue. Also, because I did want to highlight that we were 1 map. We were 1 map away, that is Velocity and Ilios, from having a Vivacity upper bracket semifinals, which would have also been a semifinals between your 12th place team and your 16th place team in your upper bracket semis. We were 1 map away. That is how just absolute insanity. It's hard to convey. I have never in 6 years of casting seen this kind of insanity in a 16-team bracket. This is crazy town. Just to have an upset, just to have a 1-16 upset in your upper bracket round 1, that already is like, okay, I don't know what to expect for the rest of this bracket. This has left us with your number 1 seed taking on your number 3 seed. Your lower bracket round 2, and we've got your 15 or your 14-2 Jurassic taking on your 12-4 Kafe, your number 1 and your number 3 seed. Freya Band from Kafe. We're pretty consistently getting the high seed coming out of regular season, got first pick. Which could be confirmed, Jurassic are on the right-hand side as well. All right, let's see. Let me get all of that plugged in. So, we saw these 2 teams previously. And I don't remember that we saw Risky play any D.Va last time we saw these 2 meet up. So if we're looking at these two history, let's look at some strength of schedule. Let's look at their regular season from Season 6. If you're looking at Kafe, you were 11-1 going into your final 2 weeks of play. And then you ran into Jurassic. Jurassic puts up a 3-1 dub the last time these 2 teams met. which would get, I mean, again, was going right into, that was 15th of September. So about just over 2 weeks ago, not very long ago at all. It was in the final, starting the final 2 weeks of regular season. It was in week 7. But I mean, again, we're 11-1, including enormous wins. Your one loss is Normal, who's also still in this bracket, by the way. But you take dubs over a lot of these teams, including Carter Garden, who's in the upper bracket, but Hikari, Noctis, I believe that was actually an earned win over Gaff as well, which is an extremely tough team. Archelon, that was an extremely tough win right there. Kafe had the number 1 seed going into those final 2 weeks. Jurassic beat them in a 3-1. Kafe would go on to lose the next 3 of their next 4, essentially. I'm talking regular season, so we're talking through Ilios. So we'll see how Kafe has bounced back. Now they turn around and put up a win over Dill Donkeys early, but lose to Crimsons there in that upper bracket round 2. But if we're looking at what I want here is Jurassic's schedule, 14-2, your number 1 seed and their best finish. Actually, for both of these teams, it's their best finish ever. Both of these teams have been an expert all year long, 4, 5, and 6 here. If we're looking here at Kafe, 6-10 season 4, 9-7 in season 5, and 12-4 here in season 6. I mean, absolutely just enormous growth. Same with Jurassic. Jurassic, comes into expert division here in season 4. Same story. Starts off 11-5, much better start, but then goes 10-6. We'll say about even, right? You put up a better playoff finish in season 5, but then a 14-2 number 1 finish here in season 6. So just consistent growth. And they stand by, and it's true that both of Jurassic's losses this year, they did not have discipline. There was a noticeable, tangible, profound lack of discipline in both of these 2 teams. And yes, it's a pun on their tank player whose name is Discipline. But it's true that they did not have their starting tank for either of their 2 losses in the regular season. And they were up against good teams. Helios finished 4th, Carter Garden finished 2nd, and both of those teams are currently in the upper bracket semifinals as well. But they run into, I guess, what is a red-hot Valiant in that upper bracket round 1. And now, I mean, is Jurassic the most dangerous team in this lower bracket? I don't know. This is an insane early round match to get your number 1 and number 3 seeds in a top 16 bracket this early is just incredible. All of these matches here tonight, I mean, these could be all map 5 bangers. Look what we got going on here tonight. You've got Velocity taking on Athena. You've got Nog Academy taking on Normal. You've got Hikari taking on Aurora Noctis. And then this one here. We're getting to map 1 on Ilios. It's Jurassic taking on the Kafe. Lower bracket round 2. Season 6. NA Expert Playoffs. What do we got? Discipline on the wrecking ball, and my margins have broke. Son of a bitch. There's one for the bingo. Risky coming into the Hog. Okay. Don't remember seeing any of this during week 7. We saw mostly Risky Hazard, I believe almost exclusively until map 4 when it got banned out, and we saw Risky Zarya. But opening pick, I mean, just 1 for 1, 100% hook accuracy from Risky right out of the gate. Oh, there it is, cut in half. And Elaine's been able to answer. So Jurassic, I mean, equalize on the pick. Elaine is the only hit scan in the lobby right now. We are running double flex support. Double flex DPS out of the Kafe. This is very similar to what we saw before. Huge fan of this. Of this Kafe squad. Although Risky is going to go down here. I mean, they're going to get scrappy. There's Spurs pulling out a couple of kills, able to answer back. But as I was about to say, this is a team that I feel like has a lot of identity, which is something you don't see very often at this level. This is a squad that we're kiting Risky back into this fight here, where you're gonna have a whole hog. A pulse bomb already built up. But I love the aggression here out of Kafe, and barely any changes from seasons 5 into 6. At least celerity here on the Tracer is one of the additions between seasons 5 and 6. But most of the roster stayed the same, which I just admire so much. So that enormous growth that we were seeing between seasons is with a lot of the same roster, particularly, like I said, between these last 2 seasons. But you even had a couple of players sticking around from seasons 4 that are still currently on the roster. Navilla, your Kiriko, unfortunately not in this fight, was one of those players, but You're gonna need your carry here. Can't keep Risky alive without that Suzu. We will get a flip here favoring Jurassic. Mines and Pulse ready to go. Let's see what's going on with our Tracers here. I heard a little Tracer duel going on. That is Celerity. Just triple blink on to the point. I think trying to pull the Wrecking Ball back. But Discipline's just haranguing her backline for the moment. Navilla does have a 10% advantage on this Kitsu. Swift steps up. We're going to go ahead and throw that into the mix. Right on top of the Whole Hog. Oh, and now we're going to unleash with said Whole Hog. I meant to say the Road Hog, but anyway, you get the point. The Hog player, the Hog character, the Hog ultimate, they're all a bit silly. Use just to clear out some mines. We're ready to get a Beat Blade engaged. They're out of first to try to respond. After shrugging off this Kitsu, Kafe are able to slingshot back. Find 3 on that combo. Nicely done. They got the flip. About 2/3 of the way towards capping this point. Oh, I owe you some prets. Here, we'll do some quick prets. I'll give you some quick prets. Here, let me give you a better POV than that. That's a shitty POV. Discipline making a change over to the Queen. There's a POV worth looking at. All right, you get some quick round 1 Preds here. I'm going to give you 2 minutes on them since I'm sorry. I'm a little late. That is going to be a Kafe sound barrier. God, Discipline's already halfway towards this opening rampage and just made this swap. So that's the risk, you know. I was talking about the identity from Kafe. And one of the pieces, I think one of the core pieces of that identity is their aggression. They like to go first, as is in the name. They like to play risky, as is also in their name. And this is one of the things that leaves you with. So they are able to get it to 99, you know, with that aggressive mindset and that aggressive play style. But they left themselves open to a sound barrier counterpunch there in that last fight. Now you have 2 DPS ults ready to go. Not much in the bank here for Kafe to respond with. I think it's going to take a good hook. An early pick on a Discipline would have been enormous. There's that OC out of a lane. Discipline is low. 95 turns the rampage. Has to back up into cover, but Whiskey finds Rice in the meantime. That pulse doesn't land, and you're just able to get not much more than zoning with the overclock. You did build up towards Discipline's ultimate, though. Gets you in play. Celerity gets axed. Rampage gets Poryu. Risky falls into it as well. The Rampage is enormous. Discipline will clean up and close it out, giving Jurassic your round 1 lead.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Does Bo like to stand a lot in inconvenient places so that you're forced? Yes. Or like get in your way. Like, oh, you're gonna walk in here? Yeah, let me just stand right in your way. Oh, what? Oh, I didn't mean to be right there. Oh.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture.
I need to get a bow cam. I have another cam. I just need to set up a bow cam. The USB cord on it is very short. It's on the opposite. It's on the wrong side of the desk for where Bo lives. For right now. I'm actually hoping to get a new desk here before too long. I need one desperately. Anyway. It's actually Discipline who's the first to pull off a hazard here. This is a stark contrast to what we saw in Week 7. Once again, it was Risky who played almost exclusively hazard in the first matchup between these two. You know, that matchup did not go in Risky or Kafe's favor, so you know, we're already seeing adjustments. Right now, just anchored on the point. You gotta be careful and see. Not to leave your backline open. A lane's able to pick up a kill. So hit scan not able to get in position. First able to make that really uncomfortable. And, you know, really knew their assignment on that one. After lane goes down, just clean up from there and a first cap. Nicely played. Oh, hey, I don't have outlines on. It's kind of cool. We'll leave it for map 1. Because, like, if you're putting in a POV, like, you can see, like, Discipline lost the hog, and we don't know where the hog went either, right? Like, we don't have that extra, omnipotence. Fun and Tracer duels. Rice here, Celerity lurking. Tanks in the corner, down in 25, decides to go ahead and pop the recall. Oh, beautifully positioned on the recall. But while this is happening, Poryu and Risky have come up with the back line there of Jurassic. So this will get you a flip. Nice plays from Poryu and Novella. Sorry, we didn't get that on stream. That's probably Nevilla? Yeah, there it is. Nevilla. I had to like go back into some Spanish, like, but that's me, Nevilla. That's an awesome name, Nevilla. I don't know if that's gotta be, if it's a Spanish pronunciation, I think that's what it would be. Poryu! No! No! Poryu, I heard that, buddy! Oh no! Oh no! And we didn't get it. Hey, you're lucky. I mean, the sound was haunting enough. And Risky's actually able to pop the whole hog and take Braun James down. So, you know, at least there wasn't a return Kitsu into the fight, or sound barrier into the fight. Oh, Risky's gonna find Braun James for the second time. Beautiful Kitsu out of smacks. Keep them in control of this. Now Elaine's going to layer in an OC. So continual answers here out of Jurassic, who are down considerably in this second round. There's the beat. It will be late to save Discipline. We're attacking Poryu. Poryu has already used beat here. Oops. Rice will not connect to the pulse. We're gonna get a hook in. That may just work against you. This one's gonna throw it on the wall. Kitsu there to save Risky. Oh, hook lands but breaks. A little robbed. Elaine ends up going down. Maybe that was it. First actually got the kill onto Elaine before the hook pulled it in. That's what it was. We're getting some cleanup here from Kafe. Looking good on the well. Send us to a round 3. We're headed to Lighthouse to see who takes map 1.
Score 1-1.
Welcome, water person. You know what? I mean, I guess ocean is meta too. Coincidentally enough, we're not seeing any Wu Yong between these two teams.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Oh yeah, off the side? Yeah, that was a big ol' Ajax. That was a big ol' Ajax. Yeah. That's why I was like, the sound was haunting enough. I wish I caught it on camera. Hey, you know what? It ended up not mattering. You know, twice Risky's able to get kills on Braun James in that fight and keep the sound barrier out from Braun James. By the time it does get thrown in, it is too late to save Discipline. And Kafe ended up winning out the round. So, hey, despite the huge AJ, Risky and Kafe are able to persevere. And first, once again, delivering some key final blows early in this fight, in this opening engagement, rather. Not early in the fight, early in the round is what I meant to say. To deliver first fight. I do kind of, part of me loves the no outlines. I like, part of me likes taking the omnipotence away from the viewer. Okay, LeBron James goes down. Quick disengage. We're right back out. Oop, there's poor you. You're gonna try to see if they can intercept. Not gonna happen. It almost feels a little bit more in the moment. Like it's just a little bit more. Oh, huge hook. Huge hook. Risky just yoink off of the catwalk. And first is gonna intercept this one as well. That's. Comp is just done. I mean, Celerity and First, alongside Risky, are just doing such a good job of picking this team apart, picking Jurassic apart before they can even get close. See, we can always turn on those if we really want to see where everybody's at. Celerity, oh! Alongside Nevia are able to find Rice. We're going with Rice. The ambush works. Up the high ground, Celerity, the 180 pulls, gets Rice with it! Oh my! Navia has dropped down and throws a Kitsu. And that will clean up the rest of the fight, where First is just coming up with another bevy of kills. These two DPS looking lights out here in this opening map. It's a dangerous sign for your #1 seed. As Kafe are just gonna dono wall this final point to take the 1-0 lead in your lower bracket round 2. I still can't believe we didn't get the Ajax off the side. Damn it. Damn it. My goodness. What was the hook accuracy on that? It had to be like 67% or so. Like, I felt like it was up there. Unfortunately, we do not get hook accuracy. We do get the 18 and 8, 14.5k damage in there from Discipline. Discipline 18 and 8 though, despite the enormous amount of damage being poured in. Nevi and Portiu. I mean, just outstanding. Look how much they are keeping up. Well, you know, look how much they're a part of these elims. Portiu 23 and 5. And 17 and 3 for Nevi. I mean, just amazing. Just amazing work from your backline. And then we saw Celerity and First just pop it off. Woo! Wow. I mean, it just seemed like they were right there. They were right in the perfect spot every time. A really, really well put together rounds 2 and 3 out of Kafe. Let's get into map 2. We'll find out. Maybe our team's got something special for us. Hey, like I said, you know, these teams got some pretty, oh, that's the wrong button. Got some pretty unique identities. They don't always stick to what's meta. Might have some surprises in store. Or should I say more surprises besides, you know, Rogue Hog, Tracer, Genji. Does look to be the Wu Yong carry. So, no surprises in that regard. And that Wu Yong will be the only change for Kafe. Discipline going into the Diva in lieu of... That makes me think that the bans were backwards or something last map. I don't know. Did Kafe get first pick? Because yeah, I was wondering that. It's like Discipline now in the Diva, and I thought, okay, that's okay. I might have had the first bans backwards, but that's okay. I'm sorry. Like the wider positioning from Discipline and Jurassic early in this fight. Rice giving up a lot of room for First to work. First is able to dash in, spins both cooldowns. Rice is there with the peel. Able to protect their supports through that initial dive. Celerity lurks around from the other side. Meanwhile, Discipline's able to run the Roadhog all the way out. You can see the scrap gun was sitting just underneath the archway, so Discipline able to just force the tank all the way back. Early tower control goes over to Jurassic, as does Bot. Discipline playing, scouting both window and mega side. Risky is able to sneak out, goes past pillar, up towards bridge. We already saw the wave come out from Poryu. Excuse me, that was from Braun James. And able to protect that rotation back. So, Deadeye used to try to get the cab, but Risky, I think, got that hook in. We did not get the checkpoint picked up. Braun James is able to answer. Oh, the hook! Get back here, Discipline! Get over here! Sorry. Wrong guy. Rice able to help Discipline win that duel against Celerity up top. The bot has been stolen, by the way. Jurassic's still just trying to win out the 4v2 here on point. It looks like Smacks went back and killed Poryu. No, it is. I'm sorry, it's First who's on the bot.
We've got the robot. Let's move.
Honestly, brilliant. Smart play from First. 200 IQ move. That's going to give you another team fight in the same spot. There is time for a recontest here. Celerity, yep, pops out of the window, pulse in hand. Trying to work through the defense matrix. Oh, you got the recall out. Good timing, though. I mean, you hold on long enough for the Kitsu to come in. The Whiskey is back. Pouring shots. Now the whole hog. I don't know. Ooh, actually, the range on that tidal blast was just enough. That had to be like max range on that tidal blast. Celerity steps in to try to anchor the point, but it's just not enough. Risky was too low, didn't have the resources. And the tidal blast, that max range stun does it in is just the trick. I didn't think Risky was gonna get hit. I thought the whole hog was keeping Discipline just far enough away. Sure enough, that tidal blast is the difference maker. Gets them the point. I mean, talk about a game of millimeters. That was it. That was it right there. Blade out from First, had spectacular ones, map one on Ilios, a quick 2 slices on to Braun James. That pulse from Celerity, yeah, actually got the DMEC as well. So it's a 3v3, but a huge advantage. Oh, and Risky with a gorgeous 2-piece. Still, I mean, hey, nearly 90 meters picked up there from Jurassic. And you've worked up towards, well, you worked up towards the Deadeye. You had to spend your other ultimates here in recent memory. Poryu is not built up towards this first tidal blast yet, right? Am I crazy? I don't feel like we've seen that come out. Maybe I just missed it. What? How does Risky just get 3 like that? Risky! Oh my goodness. How did I miss that 3-piece? I am so sorry. High ground bridge control to Kafe at the moment. Poryu really the one most able to take advantage of it. Just give me the tidal blast, throw it on to Celerity. Celerity jumps down, triple blink in. Does hit the back line, but a beautiful Suzu out of Smacks is able to save a lane. Discipline forced out of mech. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay an egg right on the cart. And there's a fresh 700 health. Whoop! Once again, get back here. Full defense matrix. Able to gobble up most of the whole hog. We saw the wave used. Let's see, what kind of cooldowns is first tap? We have all of our cooldowns here. Look at this Rice jumping in, goes to escape up off the top of the roof to escape the Tide Pod. What a move from first, breaking the ankles of Rice in that corner. And the Tidal Blast gets absolutely nothing. Pulse lands. Oh, Risky is now bacon. Wide in the corner. Beautiful shot. Finds Celerity as they were chasing down Braun, James, and Jurassic. Goes marching back the other way. Gets you out of Risky, and once again, you see, it's just kind of just the side of this team will go first is par for the course for Kafe, and they are able to bank a pair of kills on it. Smacks does not get their own ultimate into the fight. And the closeout from Risky. It was a flawless fight here. 3 minutes to go. Stats look pretty close. 2 to 4 deaths there for Jurassic. 3 to 5. For Kafe. You're looking at a Tidal Blast with the Pulse Bomb. This is a mean little combo, and Risky's already gotten first pick. Jurassic's not going to get out. You're not going to need your ultimates to get this checkpoint. This is a great fight for Kafe. And not a good sign. Not a good sign for Jurassic. They're in danger of letting this map slip through their fingers right now, and lane picks are coming through. Risky finds a lane late in the fight. We did get the Pulse invested. I mean, I guess that's the one good side. You don't have the stun into Pulse Bomb combo. That can be so vicious on a backliner.
We're going to lose the lead soon.
There's Celerity. Did not get what they were looking for. It's going to be Kitsu Deadeye comboed out to try to prevent the lead. 2 minutes to go. Looking through the hallway. Can't quite get to this. Skull land. We had a couple of ults invested. I mean, we've had 3 ults invested so far out of Kafe in this fight. Beautiful defense matrix to save Broad James. They're trying to back up and escape with their own Tidal Blast. Ends up being a trade. 2 for 2. Lead's in trouble. Jurassic will get there in time. They protect their lead by 99 centimeters. Discipline, huddling up by the bus stop. Barely able to get back in mech. I mean, a sliver of health. I mean, it doesn't last. Self-destruct does pick up a kill. Tide Bod thrown on to Rice. Nevi with a perfect Suzu. Perfect pair of kills. Saves this team fight. We'll get the lead here for Kafe. What a play out of Nevi in the back line. That little Suzu clutch at the end. That was gorgeous. In a very close back and forth fight. I actually meant to go to Celerity on that one, sorry. "40 seconds to go." Kitsu rush from Kafe to close out this map too. You've got a pulse from the other side. Rice needs to hit it, and they need to hit it big. They are camped in kind of behind. Well, I don't know if you have time for this rotation. A bit of a bot still, okay. I'm not sure what triggered that. We saw a backup to the corner. Here from Kafe, buying a little bit of space. Much needed from Elaine, from Jurassic. But Elaine's gonna go down. The Kitsu finally comes in. Nevi finds another important kill. Neither the DPS ult out of Jurassic will get it done. And in OT, we're actually looking to get a map completion here. And Kafe moves up to match point.
Play of the game.
Already missed first ban. Might as well go with some stats. First at 18 and 2. 8200 damage. We saw the cast swap late. You know, started on a Soj. And then tried the cast. Couldn't get either to really connect. And yeah, I mean, despite the lack of speed, the lack of Lucio did not seem to be a problem there for Kafe at all. And part of it macro, you know, I mean, the heavy investment going first, I mean, it seemed to work out for him. But furthermore, I mean, I think it was also, there was a back-to-back fight wins, you know, right there in the middle, kind of right at that 3-minute mark, where Jurassic, I think, really kind of let that one slip away. Where they could have, you know, contested, you know, if you got late staggers in when that checkpoint got picked up from Kafe. And that was a fight where I think Jurassic really needed to get some more ultimates out. Really needed to make that one harder. Make that more difficult. Once that checkpoint was picked up, excuse me, it felt like Kafe were on the downhill slope from there. Just had to ride the wave, right? Just kind of had to stay on top. But it was really that checkpoint, that fight, and how easy it didn't. There really wasn't a fight for that checkpoint, and that I think that was where the map turned. So with the double flex CPS look, pretty safe to assume Jurassic banning out the Tracer here. Makes a lot of sense for Kafe to ban out an Ana on Watchpoint Gibraltar, particularly showing us a Roadhog. So we're just going to assume that was the direction. They didn't specify since the match page itself broke. I don't know exactly which team banned what, and they didn't specify. But that makes a lot of sense, right? That makes sense to y'all. Makes sense to me. Celerity comes out on a Widowmaker. We don't see a lot of defensive Widowmaker. I'm telling you, this team loves high-risk plays. They love high aggression, high tempo, high-risk plays. And bringing out a Widowmaker on first point defense on WPG, that is a high-risk play. That is putting a lot of faith in your ability to hit shots. A lot of faith in your own accuracy. This is a... Vinnyman comes in with a dad joke. An interesting way to control this bottom lane, considering we don't have a Tracer in play. Ooh, maybe I do have the bans backwards. I don't know. It's possible, because Discipline's playing a Hog now, too. So that means either team really could have banned the Ana. Maybe Rice just wanted to play Genji. It's like, I feel more confident in the Genji, you know, of the 2 flex DPS or something of that nature. Entirely possible. I don't have enough information. Tried to go with the jump hook, using the jump off the top of the pedal platform. You do, of course, get extra distance vertically if you hit jump right at the apex of the pedal platform. For anybody out there who didn't know. All right, server room picked up. This is a very powerful position to have a lane poised in. Celerity and Rice are able to trade out. A little extra damage on the Venomine. Seems to come in handy after that last patch. Bullet shot ready to go. Kitsu, I was gonna say Kitsu right at this point. Should be money. Tree up. By the way, we do have a life lever in play. I mean, just that. I mean, I was talking about pedal platforms. It's just there is actually a life lever that is still just sinking in. There is a tree. We are growing trees here. Okay. We're using water bending to beat earth bending or tree bending. I don't know. There's no magic in Overwatch, though, by the way. No magic. 2-for-1 trade. Favoring Jurassic here at the end of point A. And Risky just hanging on for dear life, but eventually all the squishies fall around. You hear the Lijiang shots being traded up top. Woo! Beautiful shot. Caught a lane sleeping. That's just going to take another 15 seconds off the clock. Gonna wait for Elaine to get back in position. And this buys the precious seconds used for this defense to now get set up. You know, first is able poise there in the mega room. You've got everybody else here on the high ground. I mean, this is so interesting without a tracer. Okay, yeah, Risky is just gonna drop. Unsurprising aggressive move out of the Kafe defense. This Risky and Furs just take matters in their own hands and go clean up. Like, we don't need a tracer to go anchor this cart. We do have 5 check marks available for Jurassic. Try to get through the shuttle. We are looking at, I mean, Roadhog versus Roadhog at Watchpoint Gibraltar. I mean, in the big 25. What a timeline we are living in. What a time to be alive. Parakills. What a time to be an Overwatch fan. Parakills on the board, neither of them courtesy of the Dragon Blade out of Rice. That was a 3 ult investment to get the cart. You're looking at the final Bay Tour, but you're gonna have some things to come back in here with. The tree right on top of the cart. There's Risky, healed up, but not even the rejuvenating waves enough to keep you alive through all of that damage. A beautiful Kitsu controlling this high ground. Rice is not here. First is trying to save this. Self-Susie from Smax. And the clutch. Smax wins the duel. Oh! And is able to swift step away to avoid the tank aim bolt, but Nevi is able to find that kill. Lines up the shot. Elaine goes up top, but Risky finds 2, and the defense holds with 1.72 meters. What a play. What a defense. Very exciting Watchpoint Gibraltar. Hey, you know what? Roadhog versus Roadhog. That was fun. That was fun. But Discipline's had enough of it. We're going over into the Diva once again. Now, you can't just obviously fly straight into the Roadhog. So what is the approach? You're taking an enormous amount of damage between Celerity on the Freya and the Wuyong triple bolts coming in. I mean, you're taking an enormous amount of damage. This one flies at the top left, try to circumvent some of that. Wave already used. Woo! Nevi actually kind of caught the corner there. I think it was fortunate that Discipline didn't have their guns trained on them. Risky tried to get a hawk in, does not hit Elaine. The defense makes sure to try to escape this whole hall, close quarters. Celebrity with a bolo shot into this as well, but Discipline gobbles that up, and Braun James finds the kill. Curving some shots into that top room, putting a little bit of pressure in. God, it's just crazy damage. First is low. Rice is going to go in and try to find the kill. The rejuvenating wave gets first out alive, but this cart moves in and we get 2 points on the board. A little early jabs from our Genjis as we head into point C. And it was an overtime cap, so, you know, we're approaching 60 seconds as we even just get to this corner. Corner typically, I mean, ground and pound tanks, I find work so well in this corner. Yeah, the hog just runs forward and shoots smacks to the face. That's how you do it. It's kind of a race. The Diva has to abandon their post in that front corner to go see if they can find a kill. Rice actually delivers. Still, they're forced to back away. Okay, Smax is back in this fight with the Kitsu. We're gonna try to flip the map. Uh-oh. Dangerous hook. You've got pulse. Excuse me, you've got self-destruct. You're back in mech. Hold on, this Kitsu. There's like a couple of good spots we could use. I think it was waiting to throw it onto the Roadhog. The Roadhog is just effed off. It's just noped out of there. Cart moving forward now, less than 5 meters to go. First, he's going to pull out the blade, trying to stop this Kitsu from the crossing the border. Rice gets cut down. I mean, really shot down from a bolt from Celerity, and, Discipline and company end up off of the point and just forced off. There's kills were piling up. Wasn't quite a scene. I was worried there until I realized that, you know, Discipline had gotten demac'd. You were in pilot form, like, way away from the point.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
You know, if you give a man a duck, he will eat for a week. You teach a man to duck, he will avoid low-flying objects. That one was for you, Vindy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
I think it's actually eat for a day, but you know, you get the point. You mean you got the joke? Bryce moves in the back line, find that pick on his celerity. Risky and company do back away. Risky, by the way, does have a diva on him. You know, we're rocking some galactic weapons on your diva skin. You know, you're not in the Porsche skin or anything. It's, you know. Risky has at least played diva before. I'm actually kind of curious. Risky's pushing this card very nicely. Yeah, Diva not in the top 3 here for Risky. I only have Sigma Reaper Soj. That was not what I expected to see. That was not what I expected to see when I pulled up Risky's tab there. I mean, honestly, kind of a fumble from Jurassic. Jurassic have let this cart move to this final corner for absolute nothing. This has been for really, I mean, barely even any kills. I mean, it's Rice who found the only pick here. Rice is going to find that same pick once again. But the cart continues to inch closer and closer. Has gotten around the corner. And a little bit of a flip of the map happening. Now, Smack's picked off. And things are looking worse for Jurassic. I think they kind of realize their backs are up against it here. That is a self-destruct in a small hallway. Both self-destructs are out. Sound barrier in from Poryu. It is a bit late to save Nevi. There's the second self-destruct. Excuse me. I'm glad you liked it, Tim. Oh, the ghost blade on the smacks. Who are you? Were you there? What was that? That was so sick. First, you absolute monster. Take a bow, my friend. That was gross. That was sick. That was a crispy, crispy blade cancel. Oh my. For you with a nice little boop there. Kind of, I think, really forced Discipline. Yeah, I know, bad spot. Discipline ends up D-Max. Rice pulls the blade, I think, trying to salvage the situation, but it was fighting uphill, and it's not enough. Looking at the setup here. Let's say first, I think was waiting. First was waiting for Braun James to come in. They end up with a kill onto a lane. First kind of gets found out, pilled from Discipline, and they're able to kind of dislodge First from that entrenched position. Discipline moves in, put some pressure up in Mega Room, but First is able to eventually work through. They get past the peel, find smacks. Was that a deflect? Yeah, it was. You bet your ass it was. Oh, First is doing him dirty. What is this performance? First, this is ridiculous. Job's still not done here. Rice is able to get a pick. Discipline has returned. Elaine's moving over to a Soldier 76 and trying to make it back into this point and help stall, but First grabs another kill. I'm just leaving it on First, Paul, because they are playing absolutely out of their damn minds right now. As you know, as I say that, this is looking a little, starts looking a little sloppy-ish, but we get a barrier, sound barrier at the end, and that's gonna be 2 points on the board. There's an offensive Kitsu. They're on the high ground. But First gets picked. Ooh. And Smacks gets one on the Porio as well. So now Risky just kind of stuck over here. This is going to be a late little stagger. Buying some precious time. Oh, Discipline with the body block. Risky ends up getting popped. The left side hold is not one you see very often. I see you, Contender Spray. I see you. Keeping an eye on First with that blade there at the top of your screen. It is actually Rice going first. No pun intended. Just surprised. Is Jurassic not known for really pulling the trigger on these here in this series, but they do not wait around this time. They're going to take matters into their own hands and get the kill on the Porio. Another good hold here on its defense, taking the clock down below the 2-minute mark. Navi does, excuse me, not Navi, Celerity does not get this. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? I was about to say deflected. It was a lane that got their bullet shot deflected. Celerity got theirs blocked by a shield. The Discipline has gone to a SIG here to try to make this hold, but it collapses like a flan in a cupboard. That is a Eddie Izzard joke there for you. I don't know. I think Eddie Izzard actually transitioned. I'm sorry, I forgot that was disrespectful. Anyway. Kitsu in late. Risky does get demagged here, though, before the Kitsu hits the battlefield. And the Flux will find one. There's the closeout. Okay. It does get out enough of the cooldown, and you are able to close it out. I love floaty stick for the record. But you have no ultimates here for this defense. That investment from Discipline does finish off that previous fight. This one's gonna be in the neutral. Risky goes in. That's like all the cooldowns thrown in Discipline's face. Yeah, Discipline just got absolutely destroyed. Sound barrier push to try to finish off this point. Smacks gets caught by the Gracie. We got a pair of kills here out of the Risky. Swap onto the JQ. And remember, that is just going to be the series. Jurassic did not complete the map. GG's in the chat. And First, with a hell of a performance, Kafe move on to your lower bracket round 3. Your number 1 seed, Extinction Jurassic, going out early here in this bracket. Heartbreaker. I know, an absolute heartbreaker for the Jurassic squad. to come this far and finish, you know, first seed overall, put up your best regular season ever in the history of the org. And to go out that early in playoffs has to sting. What an unlucky turn of events. Just, I mean, you're running into just insane teams. It's just an insane bracket. My goodness. My goodness. Ah. I mean, my heart always breaks. So I hate sending teams home. I hate sending teams home. But Kafe, they put up a definitive win here this time after losing to Jurassic 3-1 in the regular season. In fact, that loss actually started the skid for Kafe, and they end up losing 3 of their last 4 matches to close out regular season. They're able to find their revenge here today and send Jurassic home when it really mattered and get this win when it really mattered. I'm surprised this was a 3-0. I'm genuinely very, very surprised this was a 3-0. There's a big 3-0 for them. So your top 8 are set. Wow, I can't believe... It's funny to me that the upper bracket quarterfinals were so neck and neck. 3-2s, you know, almost all the way down the board. 19 of 20 potential maps played. And all 3-0s here tonight. Every single match tonight was a 3-0. That's kind of wild to me. That's kind of wild.